Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now today is Sunday, so you know what that means. We're going around the net with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. And boy, we have a few interesting stories for our show today. We're going to talk about Discover and Capital One twofold. We have Elon Musk getting into the banking space, but there could be an intro offer, so count me in. And of course, we have what might be the biggest grift of a coupon book we've seen to date in the Robinhood Platinum card, which we will break down in excruciating detail and being slightly judgmental. So of course, all that and more, if it sounds interesting to you, go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now, we'll lead off with Discover. You know the deal. 1 month before the new quarter starts, they roll out their categories. So the coming categories for the Discover Cash that we have this go around are going to be restaurant purchases and home improvement stores. And of course, typical fashion, you do need to activate yours. I did activate mine. I haven't used my Discover card in quite some time. They actually keep sending me letters and emails to use it, which means I probably should, or they may end up canceling it soon. But either way, we'll find out officially what Chase's categories are in the coming week, I want to say. About a week from now. It's usually the 14th or the 15th before the next quarter starts. Not much to say. I've seen comments online. Folks aren't super happy. I mean, I think home improvement's actually a decent category. I might be slightly biased as a homeowner, but going into springtime, there's plenty of home improvement projects, outdoor, getting your yard ready, that I think home improvement should be fine. If nothing else, Home Depot or Lowe's, one of the two does sell gift cards. Restaurants can be a nice touch for many of you as well. So there you go. Now, if you're thinking about getting a Discover card, well, it could be potentially getting somewhat easier depending on when you open the account. As we've talked about, the whole Capital One Discover merger, will they, won't they move their credit cards onto the Discover payment network? They had originally extended their deal with MasterCard, who's a payment processor, payment network for all the Capital One cards now, except for, of course, the Visa Infinite, the Capital One Venture X. And then, was it last week, we actually talked about they might actually be moving cards over. And now it looks like they're not necessarily moving cards, but brand new accounts. They seem to be putting some on the Discover network. It's a lot of back and forth to follow, I know, but here's a statement. So this came from the street, from Capital One spokesperson. We've started originating select Capital One credit card accounts on Capital One's Discover network. That is confusing to say Capital One's Discover network. This is an important step forward in our journey to continue offering compelling products to customers while accelerating scale and investment in the Discover network and enhancing competition in the global payments industry, I guess. As we continue to integrate Discover with Capital One, we remain focused on delivering a long-term value to customers, merchants, and small businesses. Well, isn't that thoughtful of them? So as I understand it, it's not the Visa. It's not like the big boy ones like the Visa Infinite. I don't think it's the co-branded one either. I think folks have seen. I think I've read some people post they've seen this Quicksilver and maybe Saver cards. Not 100% sure on that. It didn't list specifically which products they're doing. It's just kind of on what folks have seen. So maybe the extension of the MasterCard deal was for existing accounts. They'll start originating new accounts, but not all of them. And then eventually, I think this is now seals the deal. Eventually, they will all be moved over to Discover. I still think the Venture X is probably safe. I just don't know if they really want to scale up the Discover payment network to offer what Visa already has in place to keep the Venture X where it's at. It's not that they couldn't do it. It would really, in my mind, come down to, do they have significant plans to launch other cards of that caliber, right? Do they want to jazz up the Venture card? Do they want to give Discover a card like that as well? I'm going to guess probably not. So I think that would be fine. And the rest of them on MasterCard will eventually go. So if you sign up for a new card, you could end up being on a Discover. I don't think they're moving business ones right away either, at least from what I've seen. They deny me every time. They actually have started sending me again the mailers for like, hey, you want to see if you're pre-approved? Like, we've played this game before. You guys are such a tease. So there's that. Now, someone else teasing out new banking product, which always catches my eye, is Elon Musk. But weirdly enough, Captain Kirk himself, William Shatner, had posted on Twitter about this as well. I assume they've got him as a spokesperson for this. So apparently Elon Musk is going to have X Money, which is a new banking product under the old Twitter banner, I guess you could say, or X is what he's going for. They changed the name to. And so here's what we do know, compliments of the captain himself. I do think they missed an opportunity. Instead of just having him post it, it should have had the old sound from the original Star Trek when they make a ship-wide announcement. I think you have to pay if you use that sound. So we won't use it, but you can all hear it in your heads, right? And if you're not, you just apparently had friends as a child, so that's fine. But let's take a look at it. So this is what we had. It's going to be X money. There's a picture of the debit cards. And like, honestly, those cards look pretty cool. I mean, I don't think they're going to have multiple versions like that, but not a terrible design, really. And, you know, I do love a good debit card. Now, it will be a metal debit card and offer cashback rewards in some form. It looked like there's going to be about a 6% APY, which seems insane, but okay. But it would require some form of direct deposit. We don't know how much. Now, the banking partner would be Cross River Bank, of course, who does have FDIC insured up to 250 grand. It looks like you can join the beta by making a $1,000 donation to Shatner's charity horse show organization. Don't know if I would do it, but I'm not a very generous person. And it's also rumored to come with a $25 welcome bonus. And that right there, you had me at welcome bonus. If this thing comes to light, and as long as the fees aren't like ridiculous or anything like that, and it's not hard to get the $25, you best believe we will have a video on it when it comes out on the second channel, because we're degenerates and we have no shame, and I take any intro offer. So I would happily do it for the $25, again, assuming it's not something crazy where, you know, the fees would kill the $25 or something like that. You know, I think it will be somewhat polarizing of topic, much like when the government and Trump comes up. People seem to have strong opinions about Elon Musk. I don't really, honestly. I can understand why you do. I don't have strong opinions. I'm just here for the money. Tesla cars seem okay. They just probably need to be refreshed a little bit. The Model S is getting a little old, but you know, I would understand if you weren't overly interested in this, given from what I see people getting upset about on the news and such. So there's that. Intro offer to look forward to. Cool debit card coming, hopefully. Don't join the beta for $1,000. I definitely wouldn't do that. Now, something else I definitely wouldn't join is Robinhood Platinum, which is weird because I'm a big fan of Robinhood. I don't have any of their product. I think I have a brokerage account, but I don't really use it for anything. But so I've been a fan of Robinhood Gold and the product and the platform of what they've been doing, and we've made videos about that. However, they've now rolled out a new Platinum card. And I lived the show of the open saying it's a grift, because you'll see I think it's a big just... if you would have told me this thing is a troll of the Amex Platinum card, I would have believed you, just taking the coupon book to the absolute extreme. But let's take a look at what they have to offer in their new Platinum card. Again, there was a demo or a call of some sorts where they had put out this information. There's a web page for it now. I'll put up as we scroll through it. So here we go. Annual fee, $700. Multipliers, you're looking at 10 back on hotels through Robinhood Travel Portal. 5x dining on the first 50 grand in spend a year. 5x flights through Robinhood's Travel Portal. And 1 back on everything else. Benefits here, you've got the $120 global entry or TSA pre and priority pass. I believe this priority pass membership just works for the card holder. You can't bring your friends in. But again, if you get all the Star Trek references, you probably don't even want to bring in. Coupons, ready? Here we go. $250 DoorDash credit, 2 $10 credits per month, and 3 in December. However, the order must be $50 or more to trigger the credits, and I don't believe taxes and fees count towards your $50. $250 restaurant credit, $20 a month, and $30 in December. It works at 15,000 participating restaurants, so it's not every single restaurant. You can't just roll up the Mickey D's and get the new big arch, take a nibble of it, and get $20 off. It's not going to work. $500 hotel credit, $250 every 6 months, valid on qualifying luxury hotel bookings through Robinhood Travel Portal. You can use up to $100 of that towards standard hotel bookings. They threw something in there for the poors. Like, look at them. It was mighty generous of them. $300 travel credit, $150 every 6 months, valid on rideshare services, hotel charges, flights, and other travel related. So that one sounds like pretty good. Doesn't have to be through the Robinhood portal. That's like a Sapphire Reserve credit, if you will. Works just like that from what I'm reading. $250 autonomous credit, $20 a month, and $20 a month, and then $30 in December. It works for qualifying autonomous ride purchases, and a $200 wearables credit. don't have a ton of information on that one yet of how it's going to work, what wearables count or don't count. I don't know if it's going to be like, hey, here's an Apple Watch or Oura Ring or that other band thing people wear on their forearm. I don't know. Memberships, Robinhood Gold, which is about $50 a year, you get that for free, or included, I should say. You get an Oura membership for like $70, and that's the ring. Function Health, $365 a year. And Amazon Health, we're just kind of doubling up on health. That's $200 a year. Now, in addition to that, there are a few notes that the good doctor pulled from the release of this, the announcement, I guess. I don't believe you can hold the platinum and the gold card, which seems odd. No word on intro offer. The credits are use or lose each month, as you'd imagine. And there was the first 15,000 people after the live stream got an invite to the card. So I would imagine there's still space, because I can't imagine 15,000 people would have wanted this. That seems overly generous. But my gosh, this is really, really bad. And there's not really another way to say that, honestly. It's a very weird product. And what I assume happened was American Express comes out with, their earnings calls and say, hey, look, the youngsters love the platinum card. They love the gold card. They can't get enough of begging us for coupons. They just love it. Someone should show them that TLC show from back in the day of stream couponing. They'd lose their minds. And so they said, hey, you know what we would like? We would like to copy that. And I almost respect the shameless level of copy. Like the name is the same, the color of the card is the same, the annual fee is the same, the structure is 90% the same. Like, I kind of almost respect how bad. If you would have told me this was a troll and they were making fun of American Express, I would have believed you. But apparently this is a serious product. I find it weird on a lot of levels. So if we go back through it, I think it's a trap. And the reason I think it's a trap is, like, how much are you really going to spend on dining? Well, apparently you can only spend 50 grand a year on dining because it's capped. That seems aggressive. I'm sure a handful of people can do it. If you're doing client dinners, maybe, but seems like a lot. 5x on flights seems nice. It's through the Robinhood portal. Someone's going to have to price that out. That seems very restrictive, given the price of the card. But it also works very similar to American Express, 5x through travel, through the portal, same what Chase and all those guys do. Benefits, fine. You can get those elsewhere, but whatever. And the coupons I also find interesting because they've gotten even more restrictive than Amex. And I believe this is, the DoorDash one is also interesting, because I wonder what DoorDash is seeing, because DoorDash is the one that partners with Chase, right? And so I wonder if they're like, hey, more people than we would have think are just trying to hit the minimum of the coupons that they give on the Sapphires and sometimes on the Freedoms every year. So they're saying, hey, it's got to be $50. $50 seems aggressive considering DoorDash wants you to DoorDash like Mickey D's, right? Like $50, I understand you add the jokes as you will, like I did about the Big Arch guy, but $50 is a lot on fast food, to not count taxes and fees. So that seems aggressive. And then there are two $10 credit. Again, it seems like a lot. The restaurant credit working in 15,000 participating locations, fantastic if the place next to your work or your house counts, but if not, then that seems overly restrictive for no reason. The $500 hotel credit is hilarious. I mean, to throw $100 towards the plebe so they can use it on standard hotel booking is amazing. Autonomous is very limited. At least Uber is everywhere when you see on Amex. Wearables could be hit or miss. We don't know yet. And why couldn't you have the gold card too? It seems like you'd want both. Also, this is a cash back earning card, so there's no miles and stuff to worry about, which somewhat tracks with what they're doing. But overall, I really think this is just like a massive, hey, they're doing it. Why can't we do it? And we can just copy that, but we're overly lazy to make it anything special. I mean, I have said I do think this version of the Amex Platinum, the real Platinum, is the best or most robust version of the Platinum coupon book we've seen in a while because of the amount of coupons it has. If you use 3 or 4 of those out of however many it has, you're good. And, it's still giving you the Gold, the Hilton, and the Marriott Gold, and the Centurion Lounge, and the Delta Sky Club, even if limited and somewhat watered down, in my opinion. It's still giving you access to things you can't necessarily get. And over here, it's like, well, we'll give you all these coupons to jump through, and then we'll give you 5x on dining, but it's capped, or 5x travel, but you got to go through our portal. It just seems like this is really bad. and like a massive unforced error for a company that's had products that I've been a fan of as of late. And again, I don't get paid to say any of this. I don't have any referral links or anything to sell you about this, but I've been a fan in the past. I'm not a fan of this. Seems lazy, seems like a massive grift of a card and a product, and they'll probably get some people too, because if you look at it at first pass, the multipliers do sound good. You're like, I can't get 5x dining anywhere else. Like, well, sure, but it's quite a bit. I mean, you get yourself a custom cash for free, especially if you're cash back, right? And I guess that's one more thing I'll add. The thing about it is, if you're traveling, there's not, at least again with the Platinum card, there's benefits for travel. However you want to value going to lounges and those gold statuses we talked about, so be it. That's your own choice. But here, there's not really any value for travel. You're getting some level of discount, but as we covered, their credit card coupons, they're more difficult to use, more tricky to use. Your dining is capped, and your flights are strictly through Robinhood, which, I don't know. Their portal could be good and well priced. I don't know. I haven't used it. Someone will do a review, I'm sure. But I didn't see a lot about travel insurances either. So even if you're traveling and you're cash back, I don't see what this does for you. If you're traveling travel rewards, I don't see what this does for you. So I'm left wondering, what does this do about anyone? I guess give you a sort of a flex card in the Platinum, but it's not the real Platinum that we all know. The gold card got a pass because they went very hard down the gold card line of like, well, hey, we actually have gold versions, which is, all right, that's a cool marketing stunt. This one, I don't know. Maybe they ship Platinum versions, but I don't know. So anyways, I think we've said all we need to say about it. I wouldn't apply for this product. It's not good. But you can let me know what you think down below of the grift of the Platinum card. Or am I being too harsh? I'd love to hear your thoughts on it either way. Of course, if you like this one, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channel, so we're posting content just like this every single week. Of course, right back here every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. And of course, every single day over on Profitable.content.com. which is, of course, the channel's blog. Always linked down below for you, and on the channel homepage. We have the latest news stories just like this, plenty of bank promotions, and some credit cards actually worth taking a look at. Anyways, guys, that'll do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you very soon in the next one.